I don't know what it is. I keep forgetting to grab an extra battery. Now I'm wondering if I have one. Good, almost noon. I wasn't supposed to be gone this long. I had to run Joni to do something. Well, Joni and Bob. And the process usually takes like 5 minutes. Nope, not today. And so I'm like suffering with the fattest migraine on top of it, which doesn't help. And the sun hurts when your head hurts. Okay, so I don't have a battery. I thought maybe I did. Not that I have any problems filming on here. I just want to make sure I don't leave any in the car too long. Not that we're getting warm again. So we went from one day being 79, 83, somewhere in there, to the next day being a high of 53. And we haven't bounced back up since then. I have stuff on my screen that's going to annoy me. And so we have, I would say we have just been staying home yesterday, and I'm wondering if this is why I have such a migraine. I think I picked up 4 packages of chicken, each one. I did 4 chicken thighs in each bag, and then so, I'm trying to think. So if I had 4 packages, that's 8 different meals. I did a bunch. And then I did Anthony's lunch, which I did chicken for that one too. I made him chicken salad with jalapenos and cranberries and put in sweet potato. That might not have been good, but he can suck it up. At least he has lunch, right? He keeps saying that he can figure it out. He has peanut butter and jelly at work, but he doesn't need to sit there and live on that either. So I made him a couple breakfasts. Potatoes au gratin. That is not what I made. Potatoes O'Brien, scrambled egg, 2 sausage links, except for I didn't count them right. So I had a headache then too. So one of them had 1 eggs and a little bit of cheese. Nothing spectacular, nothing huge, just really small. And actually, come to think about it, I need to order more containers. So, and then so I've never made a spaghetti squash, and yesterday was the first time. And I've seen Tiffany Beeston, and I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. I love watching her, and she's in her apron. Excuse me, you guys. So she has done a spaghetti squash more than once. I liked the one idea where she ended up mixing everything together. It kind of reminded me of a fettuccine alfredo with broccoli, and put it back in the bowl and then rebaked it. The bowl, like the skin of the squash. And so I was like, she really looked like she was having a hard time cutting it, and that is no joke. And then the whole thing's a cord. Why can I not think? Probably because my head is pounding. The nub at where it grew from, the stem. That was the hardest part to get through. And so, that's no joke. And so I couldn't remember how she made it, and I was in the middle of it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of suck it up. And I got this. So I turned the oven to like 425, 450, I don't remember now, for 40 minutes. I baked it upside down took the seeds out of the middle, which weren't that easy to get out on top of it. And so I baked it on a piece of parchment paper. I pulled it out and I kind of like stuck the knife, and I realized the knife is sharp, so it's going to go through it. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that's going to tell me anything, but I kind of squished it and it seemed soft, but not overly soft. So I let it sit that way and cool down some. And so I eventually went in, I grabbed a fork, and I kind of went like this and was shredding it, and then it just kind of plopped out of the skin. And I was like, oh, well, that's easy. And so I kind of turned it into like a mac and cheese style. And I have, until recently, have not tried the quinoa. So I didn't know what it tasted like. Anthony's mom had asked me, and I was like, I don't know. Anthony says it's got a nutty flavor. And so he was like, taste it. And I was like, I really don't want to. And it's familiar. Like, it doesn't taste like pumpkin. But it's familiar. Like, I'm not sure what it is that is so familiar about it. But yeah, it's interesting. So I just made a simple cheese sauce, mixed it all together, put it in a pan, and sent it to work with Anthony. It's a nice non-meat meal. Oh, and then I made chicken salad for Anthony. We did three different dressings. An orange herb or something. Something like a cilantro, lime, and a sweet onion. So he'll have, I think he ended up with 4 meals or something, and then the mac and cheese stuff, so everybody can munch on it. I didn't do anything last week. I didn't feel up to it, and I'm trying to do stuff when I feel okay, and I don't know what it is. I keep getting off of the couch even wrong and twisting or something, and so it throws my back out, and then it's hurt for 2-3 weeks now. It's been really bad, and now the frequency of migraine headaches is happening even more, and they're lasting longer, like a longer period. Like, I do get headaches every day, but like this migraine is on day 2, and it's awful. It started really bad last night, like enough to where it freaks me out sometimes, thinking I need to go into the hospital. But as you can tell, I'm in the car and I'm not. I almost went and got a coffee. It hurt so bad. But I didn't. I'm gonna get a 7-Up. A large 7-Up, please. So, need to really go clean. I cleaned yesterday, so I decided to make a breakfast nook on the white shelf, which had the coffee cups in, had a lot of the coffee, and then I had a shelf that had coffee underneath it. But, I had the microwave on one, and then I had the coffee maker on the water cooler. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And so it just seems silly to have coffee cups in one place. Like, I had coffee underneath the coffee maker, but like, the flavors, the syrups and stuff were all over in the other one. And then we have the espresso machine, and of course it's in a different place also. Well, it was next to the other. Actually, yeah. And so I wanted them together. And then I raised the shelf so I have Squirt, like caramel and something. I don't know what the other one is. But I am brain dead. There's Starbucks. Starbucks had come out with them like last year, and I had picked up vanilla and caramel, I think is what I have, and they came with the pump, and so I have them, and I have them. I don't think anyone's really used them, and so they're too tall to put in the shelf behind the glass doors. Well, I moved the shelf up, and actually the cups fit really good. And on top of it, the kids were deciding that they wanted to stack cups on top of cups. Well, that doesn't work, especially when you got them in there upside down. Anyway, I am home, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you.